Earlier this evening, you were introduced to our outstanding senior for the College of Fine Arts, Amanda Lipp. Amanda epitomizes an outstanding Arizona art student. She is passionate, she's dedicated, and she's curious. She's a born and bred Tucsonan and is graduating, as you heard earlier, with a Bachelor of Arts in Art History and a minor in Art Education. In her time at the University of Arizona, Amanda has been involved with numerous organizations and museums on and off campus, including the Center for Creative Photography just across the way, as well as the Phoenix Art Museum and the Arizona State Museum. Her art historical research revolves around Mexican art and ceramics, and in her last 2 years, she pursued an interest in art education that led to teaching opportunities in local elementary schools and community organizations. Amanda wants to use her combined passions of people and art to become a museum curator or educator. After graduation, she's going to take some time off to travel and see international museums before applying to graduate school. Please join me in welcoming Amanda back to the lectern.
Hello and welcome to faculty, staff, friends, family, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. My name is Amanda Lipp, and I am now a graduate of the Art History program from the University of Arizona's College of Fine Arts. I'm incredibly honored to be here today and to have the opportunity to be speaking to all of you. It is completely surreal to me that I am even graduating, let alone giving the student address. My 5.5 years at the U of A have been complicated, filled with successes, hardships, personal crises, and lots of Panda Express from the Student Union. I learned a lot about myself and my needs, and I want to share what I learned with my fellow graduates. I entered U of A in 2017 as a determined 18-year-old with an intense passion for art history. I felt I had not done enough in high school, extracurricular-wise, so I decided to make up for it in college. I joined every organization that interested me, started and led a club, and was firmly committed to becoming an art museum curator by the age of 25. For 2 years, I constructed a version of myself that on the exterior was pretty impressive. I didn't tell anyone about how difficult it was becoming to make it through each semester, to get out of bed every day, to go to class and do my assignments. I fell apart slowly, retreating into myself, and in the fall of 2019, I finally took a medical withdrawal. I planned for it to last 1 semester. It ended up lasting 3. And for about half that time, I asserted to myself and everyone around me that my educational and artistic career journey was over. I was not going back to college. I even avoided everything that reminded me of my passion: performances, art museums, podcasts, Instagram posts from my favorite artists. With no options left, I enrolled in a rigorous program of self-study and self-care. And through this, I learned that I was scared of failing, not being successful, being alone. And it was only after acknowledging and confronting these fears that I began to heal. I realized how deeply human it is to be scared, and that I also did not have to be alone through it. I slowly came back together again and started to rediscover the immense joy present in life and art. With lots of help, support, and self-determination, I made my way back to U of A, to open arms from the College of Fine Arts. My first semester back, everything was easier. I loved what I was learning, I loved my professors, and getting involved in extracurriculars felt effortless. I took a Mexican art class with Dr. Whitfield, which kicked off a research project in Talavera pottery that I am hoping to continue in my master's and possibly PhD. All this happened because I took a break. I began a relationship with myself based around honesty, acceptance, and love, allowing me to thrive in a way that I never thought possible. Through these last 5 years of my life, I learned a lot. On a technical level, I learned how to research, write about, and understand art. Deeper than that, though, and on a more human level, I learned about how to be alive in a way that is wholly satisfying. I learned that there's nothing more important than taking care of yourself, and that self-care is not always easy. It may involve creating something so that you get lost in it, whether that be an artwork, a song, or just a moment. It may also involve stepping away from what you love in order to redefine it. I learned that art is everlasting, which means that even if you step away from it, you can always come back. I want to give special thanks to my dad because it was from him I learned to keep my mind open, to never give up, and to always be learning. I will end with a quote from Swedish poet Tomas Tranströmer, which I also chose for my high school senior yearbook quote. My 18-year-old self was wiser than I thought. Don't be ashamed to be a human being, be proud. Inside you, one vault after another opens endlessly. You'll never be complete, and that's as it should be. Thank you.
Amanda, thank you so much for that deeply personal set of remarks and deeply inspiring as well. Really grateful to you.